Right, okay then. So we're here outside the Beacon. There's a counter protest obviously at the moment. Can we just ask you why you've come today?
Yeah, the reason that I've come is as a young person, I suffered from racism. We lived in a predominantly white area, and we regularly suffered racism. My dad had to protect us. Me and my brother had to protect our family when we were younger. And this was 30 years ago, and we thought that kind of racism had died out. But now, obviously, I've got kids. I've got two sons and a daughter. I don't want them to go through the same difficulties and challenges and face the racism that I faced as a child. We're in a different time now. That kind of thing is history. It's like the Nazis is history, and that's why I'm here for a peaceful protest. We're not looking to be aggressors. We're not looking to smash anything up. We're not looking to beat the police up. We're here just to protect our community, protect our women, protect our children from any racism, any violence, any aggression. We just won't be tolerated.
Right, okay, so there is obviously a protest mentioned on Saturday as well. So what's your thoughts on that as well?
So on the Saturday protest, again, I'm not going to go to town to kind of do the counter protest, but I will be in the area, in the locality, protecting our community. We don't want any confrontation, but at the same time, we are peaceful, but we're not like soft, We're not going to just let them come here, smash up our businesses, our places of worship, intimidate our women and children. We're going to stand up for our community.
I mean, you obviously touched on racism kind of area as well. In Newcastle, how would you describe it? Because you said you thought it was a thing of the past. Have you experienced much recently? Is that kind of a recent thing, or has it died down? And then do you think this might kind of heighten tensions, or how do you see it?
Yeah, unfortunately, the politicians and the media have allowed this kind of behaviour to kind of fester and grow. What was the question again? I'm getting distracted. Racism, yeah. So, there is soft racism, sometimes I help a friend who's got a food business, and I went out on delivery, and there was like a 12-year-old kid. We were just driving past him, and I had my son in the car as well, and he goes, so I reversed back to him. I says, what you saying? Why would you say that? You don't even know us, and you're just using language that you're not even sure what it means. And, I'm not an aggressive person, and I would never even hit a child. But some other person, if you said that to them, they could have reacted in a different way. I was very calm, and I was very nice to him. I says, look, you're young, you don't understand what you're saying, but you need to understand that kind of language could get you into bother, and don't use that language. I teach my children tolerance. I teach my children to be mindful of other people's backgrounds, religions, whatever, everything. So for them to actually use that, and like I say, because the media and because the politicians, like the likes of Nigel Farage, Lee Anderson, and the agitators like Tony Robinson as well, Katie Hopkins, they're using that insightful language, and that contributes towards racism. Look at the actual murders of the 3 kids in Southport. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I've got a child, and I would be mortified if my daughter was actually assaulted. I would be mortified. But people were really quick to jump on, it was a Muslim. Let's go and bang up the mosque and all the rest of it. Now that it's come out that it's not Muslim, nobody's apologising for it. Nobody's taking it back. Lucy Letby, she killed 7 or 8 people. Where was the riots? The Hanlo kid, the white guy with a sword, killed a black guy. Where was the riots? You don't care about the children. You just want to actually, let that inner racism out, and you're using this as an opportunity to do that.
And then I'm very curious to get your opinion as well, because things at the moment, as of recording this, it seems like it's just going to escalate and escalate and escalate. It's hard to see how it's going to de-escalate. How can you see this de-escalating, and where do you see the kind of light at the end of the tunnel sort of thing?
So people have rightfully got concerns. I mean, when we hear about illegal immigrants that have come into the country and they've been put up in hotels, and the hotels are costing £700 per person, no right-mind person is going to think that's okay. Everyone's going to think that's a waste of taxpayers' money. However, people need to separate out illegal immigrants immigrants, refugees, Muslims, black, brown, they're all getting banded into one, and the racists are trying to just use that as an opportunity to attack anybody that's not white. You know, one way that the government can actually improve that is actually put the resources for asylum seekers, you know, so the process is quickly rather than 5 years, 6 years to process an application. That's horrendous. It's the people that are fleeing violence are going from one jail to another, and then they're stuck in this circle of where they can't go out and earn money, they can't provide a living, they have to live out of the state handouts, and then people criticize them for living off state handouts. So what do you expect them to do? Put the resources in. We've got money to send to Ukraine, billions of pounds. You know, we pay bankers billions of bonuses. Why is that money not used in an efficient way to actually get more people to process their asylum claims, be the ones that are out that are genuine claims, and support the ones that are genuine claims?
And then we see a lot at the moment, it seems almost dehumanization by certain groups towards what's going on at the moment. Obviously, a lot of people have varying views and stuff like that. What would be your advice for someone who's kind of seeing this from the other perspective on how you're feeling, and are you scared throughout this? Because obviously its community is kind of potentially under attack.
Yeah, you know, again, I'll go back to the government and the media. They are causing division. They are not promoting unity. You know, they are the ones that are putting them against us. We don't want them against us. We just want us. You don't want them against us. So if you're on the other side of the community, we are not your enemy. We are not your enemy. We are hardworking people. We are educated people. You know, I'm 46. I've never claimed dole ever in my life. Not that anything's wrong with claiming dole. If there's a situation where you need to claim that, you claim that. But I've never done that because I've always been able to work. So, you know, we are just the same as you. We respect you, and all we want is the same back. You know, we're not trying to. People say, oh, well, you're forcing religion down. Who forced religion down your throat? Well, I go to the mosque and I do my prayers. My children go to the mosque and do their prayers. How is that forcing religion down your throat? You know, we're not Jehovah's Witnesses going around doors and saying, oh, you know, you need to be Muslim, you need to be Muslim. You know, we're not even saying people, oh, you have to wear a hijab or you have to keep a beard. We're not saying any of that. You know, people are entitled to live their lives as they see fit. You know, we are not here to judge anybody. We're not here to be aggressive to anybody. Live and let live.
Yeah, so just everyone should get on, peacefully respect each other.
Yeah, definitely everyone should get on. And, you know, one thing I will say, people say, oh, well, you know, when the attacks happened, why didn't the Muslim community come out and, you know, protest against it or, you know, condemn it? Why should we? We weren't condoning it, we weren't promoting it. And now that this is happening, and there's far-right racists that are actually smashing up buildings and property, people say, oh, well, it's just a minority. It's not all British people, or it's not all English people, or everybody that is against immigration. Well, the same goes for the Muslims. You know, if there was one Muslim that done a terrorist action, it's not all Muslims, you know, and would like the same kind of thinking when anything like that does happen. We don't condone it, you know, we condemn it, we're against it, you know. So yeah,
and then just to finish up as well, just for the people who maybe can't see all the way around, we'll be trying to get as much footage as we can, but there's a lot of people here. It isn't just one age, it isn't one gender, it isn't one ethnicity. It's a lot of different communities, a lot of different sexes, a lot of different everything. What's your thoughts on this? Because it really seems like a whole community coming together.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you can see here there's Pakistani people, there's white people, there's Romanian people, Bangladeshi people, Kurdish people, African people. You know, we stand united. We stand united for peace. We stand united against aggression, against racism, against, the smashing up of shops and all the rest of it. So, you know, we stand united, and we're united with the English people as well. We are not your enemy. Again, we are not your enemy. We understand that you have concerns about housing, about doctors, about jobs. All of these things are valid concerns, but, you know, we are not the enemy. At the end of the day, there's billions of pounds billions of pounds being wasted on so many other things. The government should redirect the resources into the country rather than wasting them on foreign wars for the capitalists, for the elitists. They're the ones that are gaining from this. You know, since COVID, there's a statistic that billionaires have doubled their money. Have you doubled your money, Mr. White British English person? Have you doubled your income? Because I haven't doubled my income. You want to go and see, if you've got an issue, go and take it where you need to. Thank you.
Perfect. Appreciate that. Love that.